America is a very interesting country. The United States of America, the land of the free, the land of bald eagles, and the land of lots of sugary treats. America is a very interesting concept because it can give you so many different ideas and concepts. And if I was to tell you that when I was planning this series, there was like several other concepts I had in mind. One of them involved Kim Kardashian. That's a different series that we're not even going to talk about. America as a whole concept is so interesting because you have industrialization, you have ideas, you have different people from all over the world converging at one point for wealth, for excellence, and for ideas. Now, an idea that I had in mind for this series is what is called as Manifest Destiny. Now, Manifest Destiny, for those who you don't know, it's a concept of American exceptionalization that was around during the 19th century, and it was the idea that Americans deserved their place in the world and that they should go get it, basically. They should expand and get it. Now, we are no longer in the 19th century. You know, who'd have thunk it? But now we have the mental manifest destiny. We have goals of our colonists to manifest destiny, what they want. And I've picked some colonists with new goals in mind and some old goals in mind to come back with us. To start with our characters, we have Dr. Dew, who was introduced to us right at the very beginning, our mad scientist character. Now, his manifest destiny as an exiled researcher is basically to learn about what is going on in the world, different ways to make his favorite El Presidente Chadson the best person in the world. Now, to go through his character very quickly, Dr. Dew, Mount Dew, very American name, Iron World messy, workaholic, inquisitive, lovely stats, very smart, very good at medical, can't do any plants, whatever. A nice character to have for his medical and intellectual ability. And as I just mentioned, President Chadson, Chad Chadson. I thought this was the most American name I could get, honestly. Chad will be the president, El Presidente of the colony. Political active turned politician, persuasive, bloodlust, and a mutation affinity. Now, one of the big mods we're playing with this series that I'm so excited to be bringing back is the Porn Morpher mod. I am so excited to actually go into it. Now, the last series that I used this in, I accidentally included it. And we ended up having so many fantastic characters as a result, and I just want to do it again. Now, as Chad Chadson is the American representation of the president, I thought, you know, why don't we turn him into a cat girl or something? He'll probably love it. He's an American bloke. Very good at shooting, very good at social, as the Americans should be, and also kind of good at medicals, kind of smart, melee, construction, kind of a very average colonist. And two colonists that I'm so excited to be bringing back as well for another fantastic series, Coca-Cola. For those of you who don't watch the Hell's Kitchen series, totally understandable. You don't have to. Coca-Cola was a character that we gave birth to very late in the series and took on the role of being basically your average 16-year-old druggie. Coke turned into this fantastic character that just basically did loads and loads of drugs, and it is now within the law a delivery driver. Unfortunately, that doesn't come as a job role. They're a caravaneer. They're a delivery driver. They deliver pizza. They deliver food from the Hell's kitchens that, you know, are here, there, everywhere. Fast walker, gastronomist, coordinate, and workaholic. All the things that they take after Branston and Anise, inheriting the shooting, cooking, and social. It's also pretty good at medical and some other things as well. And very interestingly, a change from last series, they've suddenly become Go Juice impervious, Psychite impervious, Smoke Leaf impervious, with extreme metabolism so they don't eat all the time as well. The goal for Coke is basically to give them a load of drugs. I've never had a character where I can just feed them endless amounts of drugs and they not die. So that's what we're going to do with Coke, and just see what kind of character we create. And next door to him, Robert Cook. I have done a slight name change as he's traveled through the portal. This is Jones's son. Within the lore, Jones has been a character that keeps popping up here, there, everywhere. And this is his son. This is his son, Robert Cook. Now, Robert Cook came through the portal after nearly being blown up by a nuke. Watch the Mechanator Madness series for a little bit of background if you wanted. He's come through, extremely good at shooting, extremely good at cooking. Cooking? Melee, I guess. Very good at crafting and very good at intellectual. Was originally a genie, but has changed through the portal. Masochistic, iron-willed, volatile, depressive, which because he's lost his dad, and psychically dull. And because he came through the portal, he has changed genetically. He has a mech link. He has strong melee damage. Has phenomenal melee, and isn't very good at many things. But is going to be a combat character and general for our American little army. So there are our characters. The goals for this series, as I'm going to be showing off, is the Porn Morpher mod, Rimworld, and the vehicles expanded stuff. All the vehicles and everything that we'll be going to be playing with. It's going to be fantastic. So if you enjoy any of this series and you're excited to see how these characters develop and grow, consider liking, subscribing, make sure you tell your mum about it. I think let's get into things and let's just look at the map. Now, we've got a very lovely map. There's a little inlet into the side of the world here. And I really like the idea that this series, rather than having loads of just different rooms here, there, everywhere, we keep things tight and compact. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but my base building is not the best. Take last series, for example. Jesus. But I think we're going to try to limit things a little bit more. We need to be collecting animals, and we need to be getting different things to pawn morph people into. We need to be harvesting and making the most out of the oil and all the chem fuel on the map, so we can do American things and do oil and stuff. So I think we get started here and just do the basic Rimworld things. So as for our starting lab here at the beginning, it's not much. It is literally just a lab. Dr. Jew created the portal gun, and we are unfortunately never going to be able to use that technology again, aka slightly broken, and I'm not necessarily sure I want to include it this series. Maybe it was only there for thematical reasons, who knows. But anyway, this is just the starting little lab here. I do have grand plans for a base I've already got in mind. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to add a list to the item, and that is going to be build base. Now, it's not something that I'm going to be doing purposely and only this series as tool. It's going to be one of those things I'll probably focus on in a few episodes' time, because at the moment I feel like people can quite happily just live all in here at the same time. You know, a nice hot commune with naked Robert in the middle. So that's another item that we can add to the list. Give Robert pants, because obviously he needs them. Otherwise his bits are going to get cold. No one wants cold bits. So we have two things that we have for today's episode already. Give Robert some pants and build base. We don't unfortunately have to start with any weapons, because you know what? Dr. Jew and Chadson, they've been out and about doing their thing out in the wilderness. They don't need weapons. They rely on nature. Robert came through the portal and lost everything. And Coke is a delivery driver. Name me a delivery driver. Actually, you know, don't name me a delivery driver that doesn't carry a weapon. This is based in America, so we go from there. So we are very lucky that we have started with a tidal generator. For some reason, most of the research that Dr. Jew and Chadson came with is all just gone. The technology's gone. We have what we've got at the moment. So we need to do a lot of research at their series and to obviously defend ourselves against all the people that are trying to come and get the mutation stuff. And to find out where Coke is. Alright, they're angry. They haven't got their delivery as well. If you look in the world, we have some very basic enemies this time round. A lot of them are tribal based. Now, you might think that I've chosen the tribal enemies because we're playing as America. No, it was mainly so they had the exciting xenotypes. And then again, it's because we're playing as America. We do have the Shattered Empire that are included this time around. And you know what? I might become friends with them. It's not something I do very often. It'd be quite nice to see Chad Chadson actually go up in the Empire. And a group of Alivums have joined. What's an Alivum? Oh, of course. Anal intestine creature. Farm animal. What on earth are we farming from this bad boy? Soft, sticky, sweet jelly. delicious! Well, I guess I'll, like, just keep them around. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll slaughter them. Maybe I'll keep them as a pet. It depends how I'm feeling. But we have now built a base, in quotations. I've stolen these ancient ruins like the good old Americans we are, and we've made them ours. We're going to deconstruct all the relics, turn them into resources, maybe fuel one day. But yeah, this is our little bit temporary base for the time being. We've got the freezer, kitchen, and this is kind of like an area here. They found us. Found Coke. They found Coke. A group of small folk from Flowmore are arriving nearby. Hello, folks. That's a child. No, that's a 67-year-old woman. Crazy. Why are they so old? They're 67. This one's 74. And that one is 59. Now, this wouldn't be an issue, except we don't have any guns. And they've all got guns. You also have heat. So you have psi powers. Another mod that we are playing with, I should probably mention as well. We are playing with the Storyteller Basilicus Bestower, because I've decided that because we're going to be so overpowered compared to the tribal people, that they're all going to have psi powers. At the moment, I haven't adjusted the amount of psi casters the tribals can have, because I don't actually know yet. But this will change throughout the series depending on how easy or hard it is. And it looks like the first raid we've got this lovely chap here with looks very American actually, with an MP7. I think what we need to do is bait them to come down here, so I can then just beat them through the door. We've got one of them coming this way though, the man with the MP7, perfect. We kill him, get his gun, and this should be easy peasy. Oh, I love it. Beating them in the door, definitely. We've killed them. Jesus Christ, immediately killed them. Crikey. Wow. Okay, didn't expect that at all. So who's our best shot then? I think it's Chad. Chad's our best shot. Chad, you can have the MP7. And then you're going to come help kill the rest of them. Chad, you need to get a bit closer. Dr. Jew is being shot. This is not ideal. There we go. That's the first. That's dead as well. Holy moly. Why are we killing these people so quickly? That's pretty crazy. You are currently fleeing in panic, stealing a wooden log. Not sure how you can flee in panic. You are 67 years old and you're also very small. Can we kill you? No. Okay, no worries. First raid dealt with, however. Dr. Jew did take a little bit of damage. Coke is fine, and so is Chad. Chadson, perfect. You had a weapon for me as well. A Kid Hone and some Nutramine. Thank you. As we're getting kicked off here, we also have some expertise that we can give. And every single colonist can gain an expertise because, well, they can. Robert can gain his in melee, which I'm actually quite happy with. He is going to be the general. He's going to be the leader of the army once we start setting up the ideology. So we've got piercing or dueling. Robert strikes me as a duelist rather than a piercer. You know, someone that can match people at hand in hand. When we last saw Robert, he had a lot of mechanoids, and I feel like dueling would make the most sense. Chadson has got his expertise in social. Perfect. Absolutely perfect for our El Presidente when we set up the ideology. Proselytizing, negotiating, or wardening. For a president, I feel like it's either got to be proselytizing or negotiating. And if I know anything about politics, it's got to be proselytizing. Just got to be. Coke's expertise is, from what I remember, cooking or social. I guess within lore, cooking makes the most sense. And we already have a social character with Chad. So cooking. Drug cooking. Perfect. Perfect. Beyond belief. And Dr. Jew has got his in intelligence or medical. And I think that with Dr. Jew's wanted desire to impress Chad with the ability to turn him into a Catwoman with knowledge. So he's got a thirst for knowledge and a thirst for just ability to do things. But I think his ability to learn would come first. So we're going to go for research and increase it that way. Now we've gotten into the swing of things and things are going nicely. We have a garden. We're harvesting things for food. We have a kitchen on the go. Power is being connected up to the tidal generator, and I've queued up a research bench. We should probably go through the ideology and tell you what it's about. Now, we are the Manifest Destiny ideology. Collectivist, industrialism, and trader are the memes we're going for. With the precepts of mutations being desirable, power is desired, we don't like dumb labor. We can analyze animals, mining yield is high, apostasy is accepted, we love that. High expectations and all those good things. The key ones are basically that mutation is desired, and that's about it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing any slavery if we can help it, because I don't think that's particularly right. The roles in the colonists as the leader is the president, the moral guide is the internet, the medical specialist is our big brain boy, and the commissar is a general. Rituals very American. Christmas tree party. A social festival is Mum brought home McDonald's. Always a time to celebrate. When do you not celebrate when Mum brings home a McDonald's? Trading fair is a trading fair. And our relic, we're Americans, we're proud, is the big friendly boomstick, which doesn't definitely not look like an RPG-7. Ignore that. And the venerated animal is a beagle, because we couldn't have a big eagle like the Americans. And that's about it. That is the IG Legion. It's very basic, honestly, and I'm quite happy about that this time around. Last series, the IG Legion absolutely ruined us. So this time, it's nice and simple. And the research bench is online. So the first research we have this fantastic series is Biofuel Refining, which is arguably going to be the most important research we get for getting fuel and chemicals and plastic and all those iconically American things. We're going to queue that up straight away, and I think for this series I will only be showing you guys research that is somewhat relevant. Otherwise, it will just be got done regardless. And there we are. Our starting base is now complete. So I'm going to tick off build base. Has been complete. For this episode, that is. That is this episode we have completed. Build base to the point where I'm happy. The next one is give Robert some pants. At the moment, we can't... Whoa, Robert, didn't mean to look at you. Crikey, why does he look like that? Why is he holding the spear like that as well? It's like he's... Whoa, Robert, what are you doing? Anyway, so in order for us to make him some pants, we need to actually be able to craft it. I've queued up some heavy tribal wear, the best that we can do at the moment. But we have nothing to make it with. We have to go out and do some American, do some freeing. We need to free ourselves some animals. Make them realize that they're stepping on our land. You know, we were here first. We were definitely here first. I promise. But what have we got on the map at the moment? Some chocobos, kangaroos. I think we should just go for the ibex rams and things. I don't want to necessarily get Chadson killed. It doesn't feel right having the American president killed off this early on in the series, you know? Yeah, and there we go. There's the last ibex ram down. And of course, Chadson is freeing them of life. They came into our land and they took our resources. Chadson just embodies the American spirit. This is all a joke, by the way, if you haven't gathered that yet. Please. Just, please. Perfect. And there we are. Masterwork. Invulnerable heavy tribal fur. Very, very attractive. Come and put that on, please. And now you should be slightly less sad. You are still very sad. I'll be fair. I'll be honest. He's still very sad. Ate without table, slept on the ground, slept in the cold, insulted. Okay. So now we've given Robert pants. You know, we can get rid of both of those things. We've completed the task. We need to work on making people happy and keeping them alive. As you can see, did dumb labor as a -2. We don't want to be doing dumb labor. Nobody wants to be doing dumb labor, and especially Robert, with all of his high classness, doesn't want to be doing dumb labor. So what we want to be doing is probably working on his mech stuff as a big objective. I think working on the mechanoid stuff a little bit. Not too much. We haven't got any specific mods included this time, just basic biotech stuff. But it'd be nice if we could do that enough to have some hauler bots. So we're going to have mech tech as our next sort of goal in mind. Get Robert some mechanoids for him to control and just do his thing with. It would probably make a nice addition to the research lab up here. Yeah. I actually like the idea of that. What if we, hear me out here, we have our base only on the water? Because ultimately, the whole point is that we're going to be mutating people with animals, right? So we have like loads of animal space out here and everywhere else, and we live on the water, so we have like this only like refined area here. Not only is it safer, but it would probably be pretty cool as well. Like, we've already got the lab out in the water here looking out over the sea and everything. You know what? I actually really like that idea as well. We can have the tidal generators everywhere for power. And I've never really used the tidal generators either. And I guess we have it, like, somewhat close to the power. Because we're going to have the power all along here as the power as the tidal generators. We can have it so it's, like, all bridges going everywhere. Like Venice, but we're Americans, so we use a lot of power and oil, and I don't know, we do a lot of like heinous things. You know, is American things. So we can have a 1x1s going into it, and then we can just kind of have like a big room here. It's all connected up and everything. So you can get in from either side, and this is going to be where we'll have mech tech stuff. And since it looks like we're going to be here for a while, Chadson thinks we should give our faction a name. We are going to be... Our faction is going to be called Freedom. Freedom are, as in are us, as in Toys R Us. Freedom are us, because there's nothing more American than a Toys R Us. Let's be fair. And this local settlement will be called... I've decided that we're going to give the settlement name OYL, or Oil. Oil. It's the only American thing I can think of. As long as you don't think it was oil, it's oil. Oil. It's that deep text in the thing. Oh, God. It's so bad. Your faction is known as Freedom RS, and the community is known as Oil. And we have a trader, a combat supplier from Turner Melee. Hello, friends. Hello. If you could have some guns for me, that'd be fantastic. Oh, hello. Who are you? You're all baseliners. Holy moly. You are part a grizzly bear. You are part cow. Oh, that's so cool. And like all the different buffs it gives you as well. That's really interesting. So we can make some really impressive characters just by pawn morphing them. Isn't it a bit weird that these guys are using muffalos as pack animals when they are also part animal? I feel like that's just not quite right. But anyway, let's trade with them, see if they got some guns for us. It'd be nice to get Coke and Dr. Dew equipped. Okay, we don't have much for us to sell them. We have some medicine and some packaged survival meals. They do, however, have a PP19 Bison or a LVO AC rifle with 11 damage. Or we could buy ourselves an anti-grain warhead. Woohoo! No, they don't have particularly anything I want apart from the weapons, of course. But I've got nothing to sell them at the moment. And I want to keep hold of the medicine and the components and everything. Especially seeing how powerful the MP19 was. So we're going to leave it for the time being. I'm not going to buy anything to them. I'm not going to sell anything to them. We're just going to leave it as it is. And I've just looked as well on the map. We have our first morphed human on the map. Me. Me is a little koala. A female koala aged 11 and 45 days. Bless you, me. Mostly human, former human, mostly feral. Okay. So... at the moment, 7 in shooting, 8 social, 6 animals. Not a bad character, it looks like. But we won't be able to revert them for quite a long time. Especially them being mostly feral, we'd have to have several other drugs in things in order to turn her back to normal completely. So we're not going to tame me at the moment. What we need to do is wait for a former human to come onto the map that's not feral and is sapient. Just so we can use Chad Chadson, our first mental break of the series. Chad Chadson is throwing a tantrum as a result of being recreation starved. You know what? That's fair enough. It's obviously something we need to fix, which is why I've queued up a horseshoe pin. Rimworld's #1 recreation activity. If you could just like stop having that mental break and build that, Chad, you'll feel so much better. And the quest has come up for the fleeing predator. Now, as I said, we are going to align ourselves with the Empire this time. Not something I usually do, but I feel like it's right for Chad Chadson to officially be royal and officially have that signature and status of being part of the Empire. So we are going to accept this with Chadson, of course, and give him the thing. And Nico Politanus has joined. Hello, friend. Do your thing. Enjoy yourself. Take it easy. And a man hunting porcupine has entered the map. Ah! We still have traders here, so I don't think this literally means anything for us. And some people have just given us a Morph Silk U-Pack thing. A nice little top for us. Thank you. But there's the man hunting porcupine. I'll speed up time. I wouldn't be surprised if this just gets mowed down. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The shuttle has arrived to pick up Neapolitus. Auto load, Nico, get in there and leave me alone. And a freeholder title has gained for Chadson. Yeah! Welcome, Chad Chadson, to the Empire. Congratulations. Lots of love for you. Appreciate you. And I think on that note, of Chad Chadson, the president, becoming at one with the Empire. I think we can call this episode here. First episode. It's always nice to start a new series. It's always lovely and refreshing and exciting to see what we can get up to. But this series, I have unbelievably high hopes for it. I am unbelievably excited to play a series where I can actually play the game and do things. I'm excited to see how Chad Chadson evolves. I'm excited to see how Robert, with that very strange spear that he was holding earlier, and still is holding strangely, evolves. And I'm excited to see how Coke becomes the drug lord that he always dreamed of being. I'm excited to see Dr. Jew create some really exciting animal hybrids. So if you have enjoyed this first episode of this brand new series, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.